Sniper Elite and Strange Brigade developer Rebellion has acquired Yorkshire-based studio TickTock Games for an undisclosed fee. TickTock will become Rebellion's fourth United Kingdom studio, joining Rebellion, Liverpool and Rebellion Warwick as sister studios to the company's headquarters in Oxford, and will be known as Rebellion North moving forward. For those unfamiliar with TickTock, the company has recently worked on a couple of Rebellion titles, including Road Trooper Redux and the Switch version of BATT Lizzie O'Annie Gold Edition. Bringing more great people to the company is a great way to start 2019, said Rebellion CEO and co-founder Jason Kingsley OBE in a press release. The company continues to grow, and it's important we bring in the right people as part of that process. We have worked with the team at TickTock Games for a while now, and we know we will continue to prosper as Rebellion North. Blue Point Games has a reputation for technical excellence, one built on shipping everything from tech until we are collecting told us your schedule of the Colossus remake. And at the 2019 Game Developers Conference you will get an inside look at how the studio shapes its remarkable collections and remakes. As part of DD 2019 X programming track of talks, Blue Point Games Technical Director Peter Dalton will provide an overview of the studio's technical pipeline in Beyond the Remake of Shadow of the Colossus, a technical perspective, using lots of examples from Blue Point's own projects. Dalton will share strategies for building flexible systems that make it easier to support the unique problems each game presents. He will also present key insights into the major AAA titles undergo a remake, with their night towards guiding and inspiring fellow devs to push the technical limits of their own work. Do not miss it. Further details on these talks and many more are available now on THEGDC 2019 session scheduler. There you can begin to lay out your GD 2019, which takes place March 18th through the 22nd at the newly renovated Moscone Center in San Francisco. Bring your team to GD. Register a group of 10 or more and save 10% on conference passes. Learn more. For more details on GDC 2019 visit the show's official website, or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, OS. Gamasutra and DD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. Chinese regulators are once again reviewing games submitted for license consideration in China, putting an end to the licensing freeze that had halted game approvals for the bulk of 2018, according to TechCrunch. One set of games has already been evaluated under the freshly restructured system, and that licenses for approved games should be assigned in the near future. Prior to today, Chinese game makers had been enduring a 9-month-long freeze on the approval process that typically greenlights games for release and monetization in China. The halt was the result of an internal power reshuffling that now sees the government's Central Propaganda Committee State Administration of Press Publication taking control of the approval process, a move that aims to give the central government more control over the country's game market. Now up and running again, the approval process is both looking to bar games that are deemed to contain pornography, gambling, violence, historical misrepresentations, and other potentially inappropriate content, according to a statement made by a senior member of the Chinese Communist Party's propaganda department. In the wake of the approval for TechCrunch reports that shares of major Chinese game makers have already seen a notable rise. Tencent's shares have increased by 4% since the announcement, while NetEase has seen a 1% increase. The Gamasutra job board is the most diverse, active and established board of its kind for the video game industry. Here is just one of the many positions being advertised right now. Location: Troy, New York. We are looking for an experienced producer to support the production of a new title in development at Valiant Studios. The producer will work closely with the project's key leaders and other production team members to successfully execute on a new, groundbreaking, original IP. The producer will help manage the project's development from pre-production through to product launch, working with key internal and external stakeholders to deliver on all critical milestones. If you are an experienced game producer, we want to hear from you. Responsibilities, requirements, qualifications, big places. Interested? Apply now. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra's job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Looking for a new job? Get started here. Are you a recruiter looking for talent? Post jobs here. Newsbrief. PubMobile is officially surpassed 200 million registered users and, according to The Verge, currently boasts about 30 million daily active users. That figure is a notable achievement for any game, but especially so for its primary battle royale competitor, Epic Games. Fortnite only crossed that same 200 million player threshold last month. The Verge says that PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds 200 million count only includes players of PubMobile, meaning that it does not include those who have purchased the Battle Royale game on PC and console, and does not include any of the PUBG players in China. Steel Division developer Yugen Systems has fired 6 employees involved in an ongoing pay dispute, which represents around a quarter of its entire workforce. Prior to the sackings, there were around 21 developers left at the French studio, which has been lambasted by staff over the past 2 years for failing to compensate them for overtime, ignoring minimum wage laws, and refusing to acknowledge employee contracts. The situation boiled over in February this year, when a group of Yugen devs walked out on strike, although they were ultimately forced to return to work 2 months later after management refused to negotiate. Since then, the Video Game Workers Union of France, STEF, has promised to help Yugen employees fight for their rights with all the legal means at its disposal, and is in the process of bringing a case against Yugen to a labor tribunal. For its part, Yugen claims the firings are unrelated to the ongoing pay dispute, but the staff has branded the move an act of retaliation. We believe that this was an act of retaliation and a preemptive move by management ahead of a case over low pay being brought against Yugen Systems by 15 employees as well as the staff. The case is due to go before the labor tribunal in March 2019. Wrote the staff. The 6 workers were fired under the pretext of having negatively affected the mood, greater ambience of the studio and used insulting language in a conversation that took place in a private chat channel. All 6 were participants in this year's strike. Those interested can read the staff's full account of the situation right here. Esports team owners and professionals are reportedly convinced that many organizations are overvalued, and because of that, a market correction is looming on the horizon. This prediction comes after esports organizations Infinite and Echo Fox laid off staff, signaling the start of a market correction which seems likely to occur in 2019, as reported by Sports Business Daily. In the past 12 years, since traditional sports teams started acquiring esports organizations, faith in the long-term potential of video games has grown. On the other hand, pessimism about the short and medium-term longevity of esports teams is also growing as the pressure to spend grows faster than revenue. The terms at which some leading esports teams have raised additional investment capital appear separated from standard business metrics. According to Sports Business Daily, outside of sponsorships, there needs to be a consistent physical source of revenue, ticket sales and in-person merchandising, coming in for esports teams to offset spending deficits. Mike Sapso, an esports consultant and founder of Major League Gaming, explains how market expectations around esports organizations are based in optimism. To investors, esports are the perfect blend of both technology and sports. The optimistic point of view is you are combining both the long-term value accretion of sports franchises with high growth, early-stage tech multiples. Sapso said.